have special guests with us today. We want to welcome to the studio Mackenzie Hinson. Mackenzie, it's good to see you again. How are you?
Good. How are you?
This young lady has set the entire state of North Carolina ablaze with all kinds of good things going on. And if you haven't heard, if you've been living in a cave somewhere, then you probably haven't heard, right? About Mackenzie Hinson and the Make a Difference food pantry in the Grantham area. Not only Grantham, but you have expanded to other areas as well.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about that. Where are you?
I have 3 locations. I have one in Grantham, like you just said, and I have one in Rosewood at Unity Fellowship Church. Then I have one in Johnston County, close to 4 Oaks, at Cornerstone Baptist Church.
And not only is she receiving recognition across North Carolina, but also nationally as well. You've been on a national television show with a friend of mine. What was his name?
Brian Trader?
No,
Harry Connick Jr.
Harry Connick Jr. And he's not
go.
really a friend of mine, but I wish he was, because he's a very talented guy. But you went to New York to appear on his TV show, didn't you?
I did.
And you've done so many other things as well. The governor has recognized you, and people are very thankful for the fine work you're doing. And I have seen you work. You work very hard at what you do. You're in there, you're lifting and pulling and tugging and placing and telling people, put this over there and put that over there, right?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. All right, so I'm glad you're here. Welcome. And we want to introduce your friend. Who is this with you here?
This is Katie. I met her in Gatlinburg, Tennessee during the wildfire relief.
Okay, during the wildfire, yeah. Gatlinburg, that area hit very hard, Katie, here in the last several months with, last year with wildfires in that area. I'm sure people remember the Gatlinburg fires. So what was your part in that area? What did you do?
Well, I teamed up with Mackenzie, and we got together some people from Team Rubicon, and we gathered supplies for the needs of people, and we got them to Tennessee, and we delivered them to people in need. Wow.
Wow. So, Mackenzie, how did you get the food to Gatlinburg and things they needed? How did that happen?
Well, it took us we left at 4:30 that morning. We put it on a trailer and we took it into Suburban. The pastor at Unity Fellowship Church, Mr. Calvin, he took my dad and myself and one more person to Gatlinburg. Well, we got to Gatlinburg and there was a detour, so that took us another 4 hours. So we got there about 4 hours behind time.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! So how are things in Gatlinburg now? Have people recovered?
Well, they're still recovering. They're working on buildings, and most of them have been good. So, and the trees have grown back.
Have they? Well, that's good news. Now, how long ago was that? It was several months back, wasn't it? It was last year.
November, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was November.
Okay. So things are starting to come back out and grow again. That's good. That's a beautiful part of the world up there. And, I love the Gatlinburg area. Mackenzie, the food pantry, Make a Difference food pantry. For those who do not know about the food pantry, tell me about when you started this food pantry.
I started it about 2 years ago. This April was 2 years. I started in an old church fellowship hall, and I grew out of that about 2 months into it because Food Line Corporate came down and gave me 1,200 meals at the Food Line in Marmac. And I grew out of that, and then I went to the space right beside me that was about 500 square footage, and then I'm in about 1,000 square footage now.
You have 1,000 square feet there in the Grantham area.
Yes, sir. And I put a bid in to buy the strip mall, so we'll see.
Okay. You put a bid in to buy that particular strip mall?
Yes, sir.
Where you are?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, good luck with that.
Thank you.
Okay.
I've rented 3 out of the 5 spaces, so.
Oh, okay. All right. So, well, I hope that works out for you.
Thank you.
All right. You heard it here first. Okay. There's a news flash here. But look, I want to ask you why you're with us today, because there's an event coming up. This is an annual event. And it's carried out and sponsored by the National Letter Carriers Association. And this is a Stamp Out Hunger
Food Drive, yes, sir.
Hunger Food Drive, right. Well, tell me about it. How'd you get involved with this? It's pretty obvious, but I mean, go ahead and tell me.
Actually, the Salvation Army called me and United Way called me to see if I wanted to be a part of it, and this is an amazing opportunity.
That's wonderful. So what are you going to be doing?
It is actually on May 13th, and we meet at a certain location, and we unload the trucks, and we weigh the crates that they're in first, and then we subtract that weight when we get all the canned foods into it. It's going to be a very fun day.
That is going to be a fun day, and you'll need a lot of volunteers to help with this.
Yes, sir.
Obviously you will, and I know you'll get some help from Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. Those folks out there are always very helpful in this Letter Carriers Food Drive.
Okay.
But, for anyone who wants to participate in this, all you got to do is collect non-perishable food items. That's canned goods, anything that's a non-perishable, put it in a plastic bag and leave it by your mailbox.
Right.
That's all you got to do. It's that simple. And then the letter carrier will come by and take your non-perishable food items, collect it, and then at the end of the day, take them to where you are, and you will weigh everything and collect everything and categorize everything, and there you go.
Yes, sir. Even if it's one little tiny can, it still makes a big difference.
Absolutely. One little can makes a big difference. Of course, if you can give 10 or 20, that'll help too, but you know, the letter carriers can only carry but so much at a time.
True.
So if you want to give that much, what you can do is they'll have boxes set up at the post offices. The main post office downtown will have a large collection box, and the post office on Cashwell Drive will also have a large collection box. And you can just take all your foodstuffs there. Otherwise, put it in a bag and leave it by your mailbox, and they'll collect it for you. Now, what's the date on that again?
May 13th, Saturday, May 13th.
May 13th. That's a Saturday, May 13th. We want to mark that on your calendar. And I don't believe every zip code in the area is participating, but almost all of them are.
Right.
And you can we get more information from this, about this from somebody?
You can call the United Way, or you can call myself, and we can tell you more about it.
Okay, so let me give you the United Way's office telephone number. That number is 919-735-3591. 919-735-3591. Can you give me some idea of who the sponsors will be? Who are the recipients of the food?
It's going to the Community Soup Kitchen of Goldsboro.
Right.
It's going to the HGDC Community Crisis Center. It's going to the Make a Difference Food Pantry, the Salvation Army, the Society of St. Vincent de Paul, the United Church Ministries, and Wayne Uplift Domestic Violence Center.
And I know all these organizations, and they're all wonderful people doing a lot of great work, and so are you, Mackenzie. I appreciate your coming and talking with us about the 23rd Annual National Letter Carriers Food Drive, Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive. And Mackenzie, I think you're wonderful, and I wish you the best, and I appreciate you coming in and talking to us about that.
Thank you.
Okay, so the phone number to United Way is 919-735-3591. And Mackenzie, you offered your phone number as well. What is your number?
919-252-3700.
919-252-3700. 3700, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mackenzie, thank you. It's always good to see you.
Thank you.
Good luck to you. Katie, thank you very much for being with us.